These Hot Idiots is a podcast featuring our hosts, two full-grown adult men. Together, they watch teen drama and young adult-oriented television shows one episode at a time. These Hot Idiots is a comedy podcast and isn't meant to be taken as real criticism. This podcast uses adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
Hey, welcome to These Hot Idiots. We're back. If you're wondering why we missed a week again, it was the holidays and we both work retail, so you get what you pay for.
Yeah, usually we try to get these recorded and done on Wednesdays, but Wednesday is the day where my family actually celebrates Thanksgiving instead of Thursday. We do it kind of on Wednesday, so, because then you have, like, the immediate family. It's kind of something we started doing, like, back in 2019, sort of a tradition for us.
I didn't have Thanksgiving.
Because our family got bigger.
I didn't have Thanksgiving because my mom died. And our Thanksgiving dinner was driving around while screaming and going to a Denny's eventually.
So yeah, that was the update on why we didn't have an episode last week. But now we're back.
Yeah, we are back. We are back.
Season 1, episode 21, the penultimate episode, Isobel.
Isobel, but spelled weird, yeah.
Spelled slightly weird. My open office doc does not recognize it as this is episode 21, yeah. I keep second guessing, but yeah, it is the 21st episode.
It is episode 21. We are one from the finale, actually, and I was going to ask a question now that we're approaching the finale.
Yeah.
I will ask this question at the end of every season we watch. Want to keep going?
Yeah, actually. We're finally starting to ramp up a little bit here, although, compared to last episode.
It doesn't feel like a lot of stepping stones were placed throughout the season. It just sort of felt like we just did some shit and then the final arc happened.
Yeah. I would not say that this season was boring overall. That last episode, I don't know. That was a pretty weak episode.
The episode before this one, right? Number 20.
Yeah, the episode before this one. 20, yeah, episode 20, yeah.
Nothing really happened, but then Isobel showed up. We were just kind of dealing with whatever the fuck was wrong with Stefan, but he seems to just... That seemed to win away.
Yeah.
Like, we're just not talking about it anymore, like what happened.
Yeah, now he's just fine.
Now he's just normal. I thought that was going to be part of the finale, was just like dealing with Stefan's behavior, but no, it just went away.
I know. I thought we were gonna get some really intense moment of him falling back, but no, it seems he's all fine, and now we're dealing with Isobel.
Yeah, this episode's all about Isobel, who showed up at the end of the last season.
Yeah, she's just here now.
She's just here now, played by someone.
Let me check the cast list. Mia Kirshner.
Mia Kirshner.
Who I swear I have heard from other stuff.
Maybe.
That name sounds so familiar. I'll double check. I'll check her her filmography and see where it comes up. But yeah, so not even like a previously on for this episode. We just jump right back where we were last episode.
Where Alaric Saltzman is at the bar having a sad boy drink, and Isobel just sits next to him, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And she's like, "You should have forgotten about me, Alaric. Like, I died, and you could have just moved on with your life." And he's just like, "Bitch, we were married."
Are you serious?
Are you fucking serious? Fuck? Of course I'm going to be upset because you left, asshole. Isobel approached him specifically because she wants him to arrange a meeting between her and her daughter, Elena.
Yeah.
And Alaric's just like, okay, so I'm just a go-between. Fuck you, bitch.
Screw you.
Shove it. He takes the little note that she scrawled out for him and just throws it back at her and calls her a bitch and leaves.
Just walks off.
Isobel follows him with vampire whoosh powers.
Not a jump scare, just vampire whoosh up to him.
She whooshed up to them. There was no camera shot for it. she chokes him and just says, "Hey, I'm going to start murdering random people if you don't. Starting with your students, Mr. History Teacher." And then he's like, "Ah, shit.
Oh no, don't kill Tyler.
No, not Tyler."
You wouldn't dare kill Tyler Lockwood.
Because this season is somehow sentient, it is decided that we need another Founders Day event in the form of the Founders Day Parade.
Founders Parade, yes. Fucking.
Stop!
It feels like it's like we're nonstop festivities, very much like how we're feeling around this time of year. Actually,
the story clearly takes place in Virginia, and that means you're in the United States. You can use real holidays.
you could have this be like, oh fucking no. We had Halloween a while ago.
Well, yeah, we had Halloween, and
Where's
this story took
Thanksgiving?
place. This story kind of has been following sort of a weekly kind of thing, where like, if it's not like an immediate follow up to last episode, it's usually the next week when something happens. So like, we are in like November, December, January territory, right? Because when Harper shows up and he asks what year it is, they say 2010, and the show started in 2009. So that means that it has been New Year's already.
It's apparently February right now. That's
Have
the
a fucking
Founders Day
have
celebration.
a Valentine's Day parade. That'd be fun.
That could be interesting.
Some places do that.
We're jumping all around here.
There's so many Founders Day festivals. Like, goddamn.
God, there's so many founders celebrations. It's insane.
So, Damon's on the phone with Elena, I think.
Yes.
Elena's on the phone with Damon, and Damon's just telling her that, or he's just not being helpful.
He's not being helpful.
Says that Stefan can't come to the phone right now because he's taking a shower. I kind of forgot what she was trying to talk to him about.
God. Yeah, it's rolled off of my brain. Wow. Great summary here, fucking Vampire Diaries Wiki. This is
We typically write our own notes of like things we remember from the episode, but sometimes we'll check the wiki just to see like the basic plot if we miss something.
Yeah. There's nothing in there about what they're talking about. I'm sorry.
No, it cuts to immediately when like they meet. So no, there's a little bit of setup because Alaric sees that, you know, Elena's at school, and while he's setting up the parade and like who gets what float, he just goes off to go talk.
Job?
He just goes off to go talk to her.
Yeah.
Matt and Tyler talk about the float and also how he kind of tried to fuck Matt's mom, and
yeah, and that's real awkward.
It's real awkward. Caroline is showing pictures from Bing to Bonnie
of like last year's float, I believe.
Of last year's float and how cringe it was, and she wants to do like a Gone with the Wind kind of float.
Don't think about it.
Don't think about it. The conversation immediately turns to why Bonnie's so mad at Elena, but she doesn't really
they're not talking to each other.
She doesn't really give a full answer.
Because it involves magic and vampires, so she has to kind of like
Alaric and Elena are in like a very dark hallway, and they go to a room, and Damon shows up at the high school classroom to talk to everyone.
Yeah, they're in an empty classroom. I thought he just kind of joined in the middle of a class for some reason. I was like, oh wait, no.
No, it was a private talk, and Damon showed up because he was involved in it, and Alaric wanted to say, like, hey, Isobel hit me up and said she wants to talk to Elena, blah, blah, blah. Jeff shows up wearing sunglasses to Isabel's house and is trying to be cool, I guess. Because he's got sunglasses and he's got a car, and, like, music's playing.
John is in cahoots with Isobel.
John's in cahoots with Isobel, and this is her lavish, bougie-ass McMansion house that she moved into.
With her own personal fuck toys who are like...
And then we get the really weird thing of, like, Isabel's watching two people kiss. This kind of buff guy and this lady, and she's also speaking French to them.
Yeah.
And John Gilbert's just like, what's this shit, Isobel? And it's just like, I found this girl at a club, and I found this guy at a gay bar. And then
I found
John's
this
like,
gay
he's
rodeo
gay.
cowboy.
I found this gay rodeo cowboy, and I'm teaching him how to kiss a woman. And John is like, he's gay? And she's like, not right now, he's gay.
Not right now,
implying that she compelled him not to be gay, which is something.
So much.
That is a lot of right there.
Oh my god. Took this guy out of Ram Ranch.
You took this guy out of Ram Ranch, 18 naked cowboys. Ready
now
to
there's
fuck.
only 17 naked cowboys.
There's 17 naked cowboys, and one where you're like defying his sexuality.
You are defying his sexuality. That's so fucked up.
Kind of gross.
That's very gross. Isobel is very much a villain now. No way around that.
Meet Frank the gay cowboy.
Frank the gay cowboy.
And Isobel, and just like John protests to this whole thing, and then Isobel just calls him a hater. And like, aren't you like 40?
Look, John Gilbert is a hater. That's just that we learned that like an episode or two ago, didn't we?
So John Gilbert like protests this whole scene of like trying to get Jeremy involved and trying to get like innocent people involved, and then she hits him with the spinning back fist.
She does. You backfist him. Fucking amazing.
Then we go back to Damon, and he's like, okay, so she said she's gonna like go on a killing spree if we don't hand this thing over, and I guess you guys don't like killing sprees. I don't really care. He doesn't want to give the thingy up because she wants the thingy.
She wants the device.
The device. By the way, they don't name it. They're just called the Gilbert device.
The Gilbert device. Yeah, it doesn't get we don't get an idea of what the hell it is. It's just called the device.
Meanwhile, at Spoon Grills, Elena's waiting, and Stefan's like watching from the pool table that they don't show the color of because they know I'm onto them. They know I'm onto them.
They know they're watching every time like a hawk to make sure that felt is the same color every time.
What was really cool was the very slight diegetic thing of like, from Stefan's perspective, you can hear Elena whispering to him that
that's what she's doing. She's whispering so that way only he can hear it.
And then it cuts to Elena's perspective after she says that she loves him, and he just like mouths "I love you" because she can't hear him, which I thought was I don't know. I like neat shit like that.
That's just I like how they use like their like vampire super hearing in this show. They really take it into account and do like clever shit like this, or like when Elena texts Stefan because she can't whisper to him because there might be a vampire here.
Isobel messily like makes her way to the other side of the booth that she's at, and sits next to this like ketchup bottle that sticks out in like every frame that Isobel's in.
And we're just like thinking she's gonna pour ketchup onto a plate.
This ketchup's
no
for
food
me.
on that plate. Just ketchup.
Just ketchup. Nothing else. She immediately like, Elena? Oh shit, you do look like Catherine. What the fuck?
That's weird.
Elena's like, why did you make that one guy kill himself after he talked to me? And she was just like, I wanted that to like be a punctuation to make you know that like don't come and hang out with me.
I was supposed to rattle you, but it
didn't. And Elena's just like, could have just fucking called. Like, I feel like a phone call just saying like, I'm sorry, but yeah, the circumstances, I can't come to see you. Whatever.
You'd think.
So she wants the thingy. And Elena's like, I don't have the thingy. Damon has the thingy. And she's like, okay, then get it from Damon. And then Isobel just replies like, Elena's just like, he won't give it to me because why?
Why would he do that?
It's like, okay, if you don't give it to me, I'll kill Jeremy. Like, why would you? That's not going to make him give it to you. I don't. Then she talks about how like, oh yeah, I know who's over by that fucking pool table. That's Stefan Salvatore. And like, I'm surprised you're not with Damon Salvatore, or both, like Catherine did. Why aren't you Polly, Elena?
Why aren't you Polly, Elena?
Alaric, in another scene, talks about how he doesn't want to kill Isobel, even though she's an evil vampire bitch. Damon explains that there's a button you could turn off in your brain when you're a vampire that turns your emotions off.
I hate that so
But
much.
Stefan doesn't want to. Stefan doesn't want to do it because he's interested in the ending of How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, is he gonna be in for some
No,
disappointment?
he is going to be let down. I tell you, dude.
Also, it's just I hate this whole humanity switch concept entirely. I much prefer it where it's like there's gradual humanity to it, and you have to actually kind of try to keep your humanity going.
In VTM, the humanity's a gradient, like from 1 to 10, and 10. Not even humans are 10. Humans are like an 8 or 9 usually. But vampires started at like a 7 or a 6. And every time you you have to roll against losing your humanity every time you do something that's kind of fucked up as a vampire. And if you've got a low humanity, you just don't see people as people anymore. You just see them as food.
You just look at a guy and he's a burger.
Just like if you're hungry in in a Tex Avery cartoon. You just look at someone and they turn into a burger.
Yeah.
Isobel isn't like us. Isn't like Stefan Alaric. She thinks everyone's a hamburger. Sentient talking hamburgers.
Sentient talking hamburgers.
You don't understand. So, she pretty much threatens Elena at the table while they're still talking about the stupid invention. And Isabel's like, all right, you better give that shit to me, tomorrow, or I'm going to start killing people. And then she starts crying, and then Bonnie shows up, and Bonnie looks like she's about to say something, and then she leaves.
Because Stefan walks up behind Elena, and so she's kind of she's caught between Stefan and Bonnie.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. It's a pretty solid, basic little bit of symbolism there.
Symbolism? Question mark, question mark.
I thought it was kind of nice.
Exclamation point.
British.
What else? Okay, so it cuts to Jeremy, who's trying to call Anna, and she's not
answering.
Not answering. And John just shows up at the at Jenna's house talking to Jeremy, and she's like, "Hey, how's Anna? I didn't just murder his mom or her mom."
Jenna says, "I like Anna. She has fire," and I'm just thinking, is that going to be foreshadowing for something?
I like Anna. She's on fire.
Right? Is that going to be foreshadowing for how Anna dies? Is this how we're doing it? Is that the game we're playing here?
So, Isobel is arriving at her house, and Damon's playing strip poker with the lady who was kissing that gay man earlier.
With Cherie, as her name is, I guess.
Yeah. And Isabel's like, how the fuck did you get here? And then Damon runs up at full speed and then starts talking about how, he was looking for the highest foreclosures in town and knew that you would be at the most expensive house that got foreclosed. Then they do this weird, flirty, threatening hair pull thing with each other.
Yeah, and spinning each other around.
She's like, hey, Stefan, get the thingy. We're on the same side. We both work for Catherine. And he's like, actually, fuck you. Well, he kisses her, and then he shoves her to the floor and starts choking her. And he's like, I'll fucking kill you, and I don't give a fuck about Catherine. If she wants this fucking thingy, she's got to show up.
She's got to take it from me.
She's got to take it from me. And also, killing the messenger sends a message. And it's just actually, killing a messenger means the message wasn't sent.
Yeah, that's true.
Bonnie shows up, and her hair's, bad. Or
yeah,
she shows up at Elena's house, and Bonnie's hair's just bad.
We talked about, how weird straight hair Bonnie is. But honestly, I think you pointed out the fringe, the uneven fringe.
No, she's got this there's this musician called Feist back in the day, and she had this, like, very square haircut with, like, the fringe over her eyebrows and shit. And, like, she just has this weird box haircut with, like, it's long on the sides, but she's got this fringe over her forehead. And it's not even... it's like a slanted fringe. It just... Girl, that doesn't look good. I don't know who told you to have your hair like that. Don't do it.
Why?
Now she hugs Elena, now that Stefan's not there.
Yeah. Now we're slowly going back to being friends with Bonnie.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Back to the parade floats. Everyone's, like, building the parade floats now. And Tyler is still talking to Matt, and he's trying to get on Matt's level with the whole motherfucker.
Good side.
He's getting on his mother's side with the motherfucker incident, but Matt's just like, I don't want to talk to you.
Please stop. Please go away.
Bonnie continues talking to Elena about how, like, oh, she's been reading her grandma's spell book because she wants to understand it better. And she found out that, like, Mr. Gilbert didn't make shit. It was all Emily Bennett. She made the pocket watch that found vampires. She made the Gilbert device, or some shit. And then she talks about how, like, this is part of a Gilbert device. It's actually like a vampire hunting weapon. So I don't know why the vampire wants it.
And Damon has the one piece.
Damon has the one piece.
The one piece is real, and Damon Salvatore has it.
Can't we get much higher, Damon?
So high.
So now that we know where the one piece is, and Isobel wants the vampire killer thing, Elena and Jeremy are at the parade now, and there's like a weird drum sound when they realize they're both at the parade.
Yeah. Well, one of them says that, like, I think Jeremy asks, "How's Anna?"
So they kind of argue for a bit, and Jeremy calls Elena a liar and that she lied about everything she told him, and she's lying about where Anna is because she knows.
But she really doesn't.
She really doesn't, and Jeremy storms off, and Elena tries to get him to come back. But then Isobel shows up, and Isobel has like 6 different haircuts this whole episode, so I kept forgetting it was her.
Isobel, jump scare.
Isobel shows up, and she's just like, hey, you got the thing? And she's like, I told you Damon wouldn't give me the fucking thing. I asked. He didn't want to. And then she's like, hey, you see your friends over here? Hold on, I read the cast notes, so I know that's Caroline. I read the wiki. That's Caroline. That's Bonnie. Ooh, she's a witch. That's Tyler, I guess. That's Matt. There's Jeremy.
Hey, Matt, and I got people around here, and
now you see that guy behind Matt. That's Frank the gay cowboy.
And he knows a bit about mechanics.
Frank the gay cowboy is going to take care of Matt if you don't give me the thing right now, or tell Damon to get me the thing. And she's like, I don't fucking have it. And then Frank the gay cowboy jumps up and steps.
He jumps on a pallet.
He jumps on a pallet, and it knocks the float over, and it lands on top of Matt, and it crushes his arm under the wheel of the float.
Matt, no!
Everyone starts rushing over to help Matt, and then from the crowd, Stefan shows up, and he uses his vampire strength in a group to help lift the float, which is really smart. So yeah, go Stefan.
He's not the only.
He didn't pull an Edward and stop a fucking car with his hands. He was just like, oh, everyone's lifting together. I'm gonna lift this real hard, and then no one will notice.
And help everyone,
and no one will notice. That's smart.
You fucking God, every time.
Every fucking time.
It is amazing how much.
I don't know why he's the better Edward.
He really is. He is the better Edward.
It's like
or maybe
Edward
is just the worst Stefan.
The worst Stefan. Well, I mean, I guess Stefan came first.
Stefan did come first. The Vampire Diaries was started in the 90s.
Yes. I just feel like they made him look like Robert Pattinson because it was just like, hey, he kind of looks like Robert Pattinson.
You gotta get that Twilight money.
You gotta ape that Twilight money, dude.
We know that the Vampire Diaries had to start as a book series in the 90s because they had a point-and-click adventure video game.
They did, and we will play it at some point.
The first 4 books were all from 91 to 92, and then the subsequent books were from 2009 to 2014. That's fucking weird.
That is strange. I guess interest or something. So, this lady, not E.L. James, no.
L.J. Smith.
I'm sorry, I get initials mixed up. L.J. Smith wrote like 3 novels, mostly because contracts. And then just left it alone, and then CW was like, we gotta find something about fucking vampires that we can license. And then they find L.J. Smith's books, and they're like, here we go.
Okay, and when the fucking...
And then when interest picked up, she was like, I guess I'll write some more books, and then they fired her.
Yeah, they fired her because she wouldn't make...
She wanted Team Damon.
Yeah, she wanted Team Damon, the publishers wanted Team Stefan, she said no, they fired her. And then they started up a thing with Amazon called Kindle Worlds where people could, like, submit works for a franchise.
And then L.J. Smith just started writing official fan fiction of Vampire Diaries for a while. That was so weird, but kind of cool, actually.
That's cool, but also fucking crazy.
Matt needs to go to the hospital now, but Tyler's car is the only one that works right, or is the only one that's close by, and he's like, I don't want Tyler to take me to the hospital. And then Elena's like, Matt, that's fucking, or Caroline's like, Matt, that's fucking stupid.
I'm not driving you, Tyler's driving you, fucking getting going.
Yeah, because her car broke down back when she found Vicky's body. I guess she never, she never got it fixed.
Yeah. Yeah, she can't drive at the moment because she doesn't have a car.
So, Isobel gets Frank the gay cowboy to kidnap Jeremy while they're trying to rescue Matt. If you want to know why I keep calling him Frank the gay cowboy, he is a gay cowboy at a rodeo. and his name's Frank.
Is Frank. He was at a gay rodeo. He's gay. He's some form of cowboy.
And he got hypnotized into being straight, which is, fine, I guess.
Fucking weird.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. So, Isobel kidnapped Jeremy, and then fucking Jeff over here, like, shows up at Isabel's house, and he's just like, what the fuck are you doing with my nephew? Like, why did you kidnap my nephew?
It's leverage, John. Leverage.
Oh, John, fuck.
We are. It's fucking. He got it right perfectly last episode.
I'm sorry.
But it just keeps happening.
It's been a week.
What is it about him?
It's been a week.
What is it about him that you look at this man and you see a Jeff?
Because I look at him and I don't see a character.
That's true.
So Jeff, John.
I love how you said it with such conviction, like, I'm gonna get it fucking right. Jeff!
So John, who has been constantly talking to everyone who knows that the Salvatores are vampires, that vampires are no good, treacherous pieces of shit, and then finds out that Isobel kidnapped his nephew and is like, why would you do that? You know why she would do that. She's a piece of shit.
I don't understand his morality here and what his opinions on vampires.
And if I don't even care if, like, spoilers, that he's Elena's birth father, like that, and that they were, they fucked, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that you would be such a hypocrite to work for your shitty ex. While also saying that all vampires are
vampire baby mama.
You're a vampire baby mama while saying all the other vampires suck, and then not being surprised, like being shocked Pikachu face at the fact that, like, Isabel's, like, going too far and kidnapped your nephew.
I don't understand it. And now John's getting his ass kicked by Frank the gay cowboy.
John's an idiot. He's just like, well, you don't fucking trust me, huh? Like, why don't we trust each other? Like, I don't need this fucking stupid ring. You wanted to protect me. Wait, no. Okay. I think he gets his ring stolen by Frank the Gay Cowboy. Because
he gets beat up and then has his ring taken from him by Frank the Gay Cowboy. I think he was bragging that he had the ring and therefore he can't
it's like, oh,
die.
you can't kill me.
Like,
I have the ring. And she's like, yeah, but you can take off the ring. And it's like, how are you going to do that? And then Frank the Gay Cowboy just starts beating him up.
just kicks his ass.
I gotta hold on. I gotta check something on the Isobel thing. Will they talk about Frank the Gay Cowboy?
He is listed as Cowboy. He's considered a season 1 minor character.
She said his name was Frank. I swear to God.
It does say it on the wiki on the season 1 minor characters page that his name is Frank. So
yeah, Frank the Gay Cowboy. Yeah.
It doesn't say specifically Frank the Gay Cowboy, but
no. I'm giving him a descriptor because his name is Frank and he's a gay cowboy, so he's Frank the Gay Cowboy.
What I'm saying is that the Vampire Diaries wiki needs to update it so that he is always listed as Michael Rourke as Frank the Gay Cowboy.
Michael Rourke as Frank the Gay Cowboy. Yes, you did a very good job, Michael. Congratulations.
Good job, Michael Rourke. You didn't really have to say a lot. So
you didn't have to do anything. You just had to punch the actor who plays John.
And jump on a pallet.
And jump on a pallet. I don't know if Frank the Gay Cowboy is going to show up for the finale. I hope he does. He's my favorite character.
I know, right? He is our favorite character so far.
So Elena is trying to talk Damon into it, but he ain't biting, metaphorically.
No, because he's not a vampire.
Not a vampire. Bonnie pretty much says that, like, we can disenchant the stupid thing so that when she gets the weapon, nothing happens. And he's like, maybe. Like, I don't know if you can do it, though. Like, are you even sure you want to be here? Because your Grammy Graham knew what she was doing, and Emily Bennett knew what she was doing, but I don't know if you know what you're doing. So Bonnie tells him, name a book, and he picks one, and she pulls it from the wall and throws it at him with mind powers.
Sadly, it does not hit him in the face. He manages to catch it.
No, it did not hit him in the face. That would have been really funny, though.
I also love your version of it where it's like, yeah, no, like, Bonnie's not powerful enough to do anything, and Bonnie just looks at Damon and goes, shit yourself.
Ha ha ha! I'll be back. No. I don't know.
Terrible.
Hold on, I gotta go.
It's not like it would be out of character for Bonnie to try and make Damon shit himself.
Call of the Wild by Jack London was the book he wanted to have thrown at him.
Yeah,
so
I don't know much
he
about
caves because Damon likes Elena. Well, he ain't biting, and then he does bite, metaphorically, and gives Elena the thingy. I did a clever in my notes. Jeremy wants to help Jack out because he's bleeding from Frank the Gay Cowboy punching him, and he explains that the parts he wants is for a vampire weapon, and he wants to kill some annoying old vampires that are bothering Catherine and Isobel.
They're in the tomb. He wants to wipe out all the tomb vampires.
And the tomb vampires, yeah. And Jeff explains that you don't understand because, like, Jeremy just talks about it like, some vampires are good. I don't know what you're talking. Like, Anna's good. And he's like, no, all vampires are fucking heartless whores and stupid bitches, and I hate them. Like,
see, he's channeling his ancestor. Wait, that was the Salvatore. Damn it.
No.
Doesn't work.
No.
Damn it, John's not a Salvatore. That doesn't make sense.
The Gilberts were part of the hunting party back in the 1800s.
They were part of the hunting party, but I don't think they were as gung-ho as,
they weren't as fucking
Giuseppe.
insane as Giuseppe was, no.
Yeah.
My son's a fucking bitch. And he's a vampire bitch.
No, they were just like, we gotta protect the town. I gotta make things to hunt the vampires.
I gotta make things, but actually this witch is gonna do it, and then I'm gonna take all the credit.
Well, just like a white man would.
Just like a white man would. So yeah, Jeff says all vampires are bad, and I don't know why he's working with his baby mama. I guess they're both
God, you're
mutually
gonna be so
interested.
happy when John dies, so you don't have to keep saying his name wrong.
Did I say Jeff again?
You've been saying Jeff again.
Fuck!
You are gonna be so happy when John inevitably dies.
I psyoped myself into thinking his name isn't John. I don't know how I did it.
You keep convincing yourself that this guy's name can't be John.
One of my traits that I'm not a fan of is sometimes I can lie to myself enough that it becomes true in my head.
That's not even a lie. You're just constantly trying to like remember his name, and your brain keeps telling you it's Jeff.
He looks like his name would be Jeff.
Like you're gaslighting yourself.
I don't mean to do it.
It just keeps happening. Man.
I also called him Jack at one point.
It's getting warmer, I guess. But
Bonnie has
John.
the thingy because Damon gave it to her, and she's gonna disenchant the thingy, and it starts floating, and the lights go down, and and all the candles in the fireplace start lighting up real bright.
Bonnie,
And she's
please
like,
don't.
"There we go, done."
Bonnie, please don't light the Salvatore house on fire.
Isobel shows up with Elena like they're doing a drug trade in the middle of like a park.
You know, it's like, you know, I want the thing. I
want the
Jeremy.
thing, and she's like, "Where's Jeremy? I'm not gonna give you shit without Jeremy." And then she's like, "I wasn't asking." And then Frank the gay cowboy shows up behind her,
And Sherry.
and Elena comes up with the straight Salvatores,
Yeah, the Salvatore brothers.
Salvatore brothers who are totally straight. So
Totally straight.
Isobel just shrugs and just goes, "Call Jeremy's phone." And Jeremy is with Jenna and Jeff at home. There's so many J names, and
So many J names, you keep adding another one.
God damn it.
Come on, Ash. John.
John,
John, who is the ancestor of Jonathan Gilbert.
They're both John.
Is that why you do it? Is it
John,
because there's two Johns? So
there's
your
two
brain
Johns, and none of them have a signifier, so I don't know which John I'm talking about. So one of them just became...
John is the one in the present.
One of them became Jeff.
Yeah, you. There are two Johns, so your brain told you I need to make one of them a Jeff. We're gonna try and get through the rest of this episode without saying the name Jeff, I hope.
Isobel, yeah, Jeremy's fine, and John's
Jeremy's
there,
fine.
and she's with Jenna, and Jeremy has to lie because Jenna's not in the know about vampires, and that he's fine, and John just fell
on his head.
Fell on his head. And
He's
Isobel tells her daughter that having the Salvatores with you is going to kill you because the Salvatores suck.
He's a bit concussed right now. John is. He keeps thinking his name is Jeff.
Oh yeah, my name's always been Jeff Gilbert. I don't know.
Why you guys keep calling me John?
Yeah, it just tells her daughter that she sucks and the Salvatores are going to kill her because she's not as smart as Catherine.
Don't look for any redeeming qualities in me.
Don't look for any redeeming qualities in me.
A line from either Isobel or the writers.
The writer.
It's just an energy.
She leaves.
Some of the dialogue in this.
She leaves, and Elena gives Stefan a hug after she gives Isobel the thingy. Damon just stares at the two of them because Isobel said that Damon loves Elena, and that's why he even agreed to any of this shit. And then Stefan and Elena both take turns looking at a kind of sad-looking Damon.
Yeah, she's trying to pit them against each other, and she's trying to say that Elena isn't smart, but Isobel's so smart, she just kind of left Elena's witch's friend completely alone and didn't try to hurt her in case, she used witch magic to do anything.
Yeah, well, I don't know why she would do that. She could have sent Frank the gay cowboy after her. That, I don't know. Could have finished her off. Elena's home, and Jeremy, and she wants to fill Jeremy in, but Jeremy doesn't want to be filled in because he already read the Vampire Diaries. He already knows.
Also, did Anna show up at this point, or is that later?
That's later.
Okay, just want to be sure.
You read The Vampire Diaries?
I know about what Damon did to me after Vicky died. Or what happened to Vicky.
I thought it would have been really funny if Elena just listed everything. Okay, so Damon's a vampire, Stefan's a vampire, Anna's a vampire, Pearl was a vampire, my mom's a vampire.
Damon cured your depression.
Damon cured your depression.
Wait, he could do that?
He could do that. Do you got his number? Yeah, Jeremy wants. Yeah, we got to work as a vampire psychiatrist. I'm telling you, best cover,
man.
Best cover. Also,
super fucking helpful.
Also, you can go to college and like no one's going to care that you're not aging in college.
Yeah, don't look at you funny.
Yeah, Jeremy just wants nothing to do with it. And Isobel comes to talk to Alaric back at school and tells him that she's just gonna leave his life forever. And Alaric's like, I don't care, fucking, you gave me this ring because I thought you wanted to protect me, so fuck you. And then he throws the ring, and it's like, I'm not under Vervain, I don't have any weapons on me. If you want to kill me, fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah, like a thing of Vervain onto the floor as well.
Like, fuck it, kill me, I don't care. She tackles him, and then makes a really weird face, like she smelled something kind of weird. And then she compels him that she's going to
forget, I guess.
To forget that she says that she loves him and she's going to leave now. Then she puts his ring back on. And then back at the Gilbert house, Anna jump scares Jeremy and says that her mom died. And she hugs Anna, or he hugs Anna.
He hugs Anna. They're just like, they're fucking hugging it out. And I think we get the last scene of the episode at this point.
Damon's pouring drinks. Stefan wants to talk to him about the fact that, like, Isobel said that you like Elena. And it's like, I don't want to be the jealous boyfriend, but I'm not getting into a polycule again. That fucking backfired last time. And Damon's like, don't fucking worry about it, dude. Like, come on, man.
Come on. Polycule.
Polycule, come on. You'll come around. Damon claims that Elena's father is actually John. And he's like, do you have any proof of that? It's just like, I don't need a DNA test. That's like Maury Povich shit. Like, trust me.
You are the father.
You are the father. John gets a call from Isobel back at the Gilbert house about an Amazon delivery. And I think he gets his ring back and the part, and tells John to kill the Salvatores on top of the tomb vampires.
Yeah.
And then Bonnie's talking to Caroline, and this is the last scene, and she talks about how she lied to Elena. She didn't deactivate the vampire weapon.
Yeah, I didn't do a thing I said I could do. I pretended to do it, and it's like, oh.
So that means that John Gilbert does have the weapon. And it works.
He has a functioning device that.
I don't know. We got excited when we found out that Bonnie lied. I think that was actually interesting.
Because we were like thinking like, oh, like because we were thinking, man, it's gonna be real fucking hilarious.
It's gonna be real awkward when he tries to kill Damon, and then like it doesn't work, and then Damon snaps his neck or some shit. But no, apparently no, that vampire thing works. And then we end the episode. We were like, oh shit.
Oh shit, it works. Who's gonna get hit by the thingy?
We don't know what it does, but it's gonna do something.
Gonna kill the vampires.
So this episode was interesting, but I also felt like it was rushed a little bit in the sense that, like, I really feel like the last 3 episodes could have used these plot points like drip fed throughout, because that would make that would make Jeremy being taken hostage more interesting if you don't see him for a while.
Yeah, especially with how last episode barely anything happened.
Yeah,
this one feels like they're just trying to make sure a lot of things happen because we're ramping up to the end.
You really do feel that feeling that I think at some point I said that the Vampire Diaries was going to be 15 episodes, and then it got extended to 22.
Yeah.
You can really feel it now, can't you?
Oh, hell yeah.
They did, like, the middle part of the season, they didn't do shit. Or, like, they did, like, those little plot points, like, going to Georgia and then coming back, and it didn't really go anywhere.
It was just a little adventure with Damon and Elena.
Just a little adventure, and then I feel like the plot just hit the brakes until they found Vicky's body, and that was supposed to happen like 6 episodes before that. Like, Vicky dies, and then maybe the tomb for a little bit, but then we just sort of focused on the tomb for a while, and then it stopped. And then after that, they found Vicky's body, and the plot like started up again. I don't know. It's just weird how a season can be rushed and not rushed at the same time. You know?
Yeah. Well, now we're scrambling towards the finish line.
And now we're scrambling towards the finish line desperately. Ratings have been pretty solid. See, like they only lost 500,000 viewers since episode 1, which is
not bad.
Not bad retention because it was a big event.
Probably had low, yeah, and they probably had low estimates for the series. So if they're still staying within
it drew 3.3 million viewers.
Yeah,
that's higher than most wrestling shows these days.
Oh man, well to be fair, everyone's still watching TV at this point.
I felt like it was a slow pivot from cable TV at that point.
It's still 2010. We haven't
like
yet
sometimes you can
point.
go on the website and watch the episodes after they aired, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but we hadn't yet had the point where Netflix really started streaming, and that's when things really started to drop.
Yeah. So as for music, we got "Giving Up the Gun" by Vampire Weekend. Hey. Vampire Weekend, an indie band, got some moderate popularity. Their lead guy went and made Neo Yokio for some godforsaken reason.
Probably not going to cover Neo Yokio on These Hot Idiots.
You don't deserve this giant Toblerone.
But honestly, God, we never got another season of it, despite the fact that it is wonderful trash.
It is kind of trash. Also, I think there was like a robot butler, and a guy lived in the robot butler.
It was a robot butler with an old British man's voice, but there was an old British lady in there.
I forgot to take the garbage out. Wait, no, I did. I did, but I didn't move the can. Fuck.
Shit.
Sorry.
Next.
I'm sorry. I hear the garbage truck outside.
Next on the list, "All the Same to Me" by Anya Marina.
That
was actually just, I remember hearing that song and it was like, ooh, this is kind of nice.
We got "Our War" by Neon Trees, which is an indie band I know. Hey,
Neon Trees. They occasionally have like a hit on the radio.
Once in a while, yeah.
Yeah.
"Sing" by Sounds Under Radio. I think they've shown up before.
I feel like they've shown up before.
We've got the theme song to the Borderlands video game, "Ain't No Rest for the Wicked" by Cage the Elephant.
Cage the Elephant.
While music playing while Stefan plays like strip poker with Cherie.
Yeah.
We Share the Same Skies by The Cribs. I haven't heard of them. And Laredo by Band of Horses. And I've heard of Band of Horses. So hey. Now, The thing is, about Band of Horses, that's a lie. There are no horses in that band. I don't know why they call it that.
I know. And I'd be pretty impressed by a band like that that's just made of horses.
Yeah, where are the horses? No.
And fucking.
By the way, I love the nicknames. I love going to each character's like wiki page and figuring out their nicknames. And Isabel's names are Izzy and Selfish Bitch.
Amazing.
I don't know why I like that. Yeah, Selfish Bitch. I feel like her character's a plot device and not a character.
Yeah, she only just now showed up.
She showed up and just did nothing, or she did stuff, I guess, but she just mostly came off as kind of a mean asshole.
Yeah.
So, we'll see you next week, I believe. We'll try to see you next week. Just fucking holidays, goddamn.
It's December. Yeah, it's December. We'll see how things go from here.
I will predict that Christmas week will probably miss another week, though.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm not saying we will, but I'm just saying it's likely.
Yeah.
Mostly because we'll both probably be tired.
Oh yeah.
That's for sure. So we are available on pretty much anywhere you can get a podcast. I'm uploading these to YouTube at These Hot Idiots, so you can find it. We're also on Twitter, Tumblr, and
Tumblr.
Yeah.
You can find us at MegaFighter343 and Ash Nightshade on Tumblr.
Yes. Subscribe to my Twitch. No.
And also, yeah, he has a Twitch where he sometimes plays various games.
I'm mostly playing Ace Attorney at this point.
Yeah, great Ace Attorney.
So, what do we say at the end of these episodes?
Your mother's a bitch.
Oh, there we go. There
there
it
we
is.
are. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Now, if I could keep this going for 3 more seconds, then we can end it exactly 50 minutes.
Yeah, why don't you just drop a car battery on her head? Car battery!